All right. Welcome, elementary families, to our new family welcome session. My name is Veronica Opani. I'm your elementary grades family school partnership coordinator. Before we go ahead and jump into our session, we're going to give you some housekeeping items. In this session and in future sessions, you find yourself wanting to manage your room as far as notification is concerned. Here is how you can do that. I'm going to grab my pointer. Right next to your name in the attendees pane, you will see a settings icon. If you click on that settings icon, this will populate a way that you can close or turn on your mic, the way that you can turn on your webcam if available. So microphone and webcam may not be available in all sessions. This session we do not have it turned on, just so that we can get through the sessions without any interruptions. But in future sessions, your students may have the ability to turn on their microphone. Definitely for assessments, they will be turning on their webcam. You can do it right next to your name or in this settings pane. So you also will hear in future sessions the dinging sounds. That is notification that someone has typed in the chat box. Feel free to turn it off because it can get a little overwhelming, especially if the chat box is open. By doing that, you just click on notifications and unchecking the chat box notifications. At any time, if you find yourself having to step away, you got to run to the bathroom, get you something to drink, definitely go ahead and hit the step away button. That also is an also for your students if they have to go to the restroom in class, so the teacher knows that they're currently not engaged in class, but when they come back and ready to engage, go back to your settings and click the step away button, so that we know that you're back in the room. At any time, if you are in a session and the screen freezes, you can't hear anything, just refresh your connection. How you refresh your connection? Through the settings pane, it's right there at the bottom, refresh my connection, or you can hit Control R on your keyboard to refresh your connection. In future sessions, you may have breakout rooms. So in the attendees pane, you will see a little quick move icon if available. When you do have breakout rooms in this session, you will not see it because we don't have any breakout rooms. So in future sessions, if there are breakout rooms, this is the quick move icon and you can move to any breakout room that you desire or that you're instructed to move into. All right. So again, my name is Veronica Opani. I am the Elementary Family School Partnership Coordinator. And here at GCA, we internalize parent-family engagement because we understand it's an ongoing process to increase active participation within our communications, within our school, collaborating between our parents, school leaders, teachers, our community members, because our goal is to educate the whole child to ensure that that student is achieving their full academic potential, achieving success within education. So what I'm going to be providing for you, and these are just a few items, very few. I provide so much more, but very few items. I'm always, I'm going to be providing resources to you guys. I will be sending out this weekend a newsletter just welcoming you guys officially to school. And there are some resources that are going to be on there that you guys can utilize for at least your first week of school and your journey through GCA. So we also strive to provide all of those resources and communications with our special population, which is our English learners, students in our limited English proficient families. We try to be inclusive here at GCA. We recognize that the value of you guys, parents, family members, and we want to utilize you guys as equal partners. So we're going to communicate and work with you guys because you are an equal partner in this relationship and regarding to educating the whole child. We also provide the school parent compact, which is an agreement between the district, your teachers, and yourself and your students, and educating the whole child. Things that we all are going to do together to reach that goal of student achievement and success. We also provide our family engagement policy, where we are very transparent about all of how we are going to engage our families, every parent meeting that we provide, and parent trainings that we provide for our families throughout the school year, and much more is going to be in that policy. We also provide parent and student programs and meetings, parent and student volunteer opportunities, and parent and student leadership opportunities. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on in our session. So before we dive in and you get to meet your principal, I want to go over GCA's mission and vision. So Georgia Cyber Academy provides and supports an interactive virtual learning environment. And the reason for that, the reason why we provide, for some reason, I got my whiteboard up. Excuse me. Give me one quick second. All right. The reason why we provide that is because we here at GCA support individualization and differentiation and a student centered environment. So we're student centered. We want to provide a student centered educational experience for all of our students here at GCA. And then our vision here at GCA is that we envision a learning environment where students are empowered. We want to empower our students. We want to make sure that our students recognize that they are the captain of their education. So we want to empower them through collaborating with our students, our parents and learning coaches, our family members, because it takes a village, right, to raise our students, our teachers, our administrators. All of us are going to be working together to empower our students, because the ultimate thing that we want out of our students is success. That we want them to reach their full academic potential and emerge into whatever path that they're going to, whether it is career or college ready, so that they are positive contributors to our society. So I'm going to go ahead and let Mrs. Lothridge take it away.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to elementary. I just want to say I've been in your shoes. I know exactly where you are as a parent starting here, and what your kids are going through, and some of the things you're most excited about, and then also some of the things that you're going, oh my goodness, about. So we're here to support you, and we're here to help you. Again, my name is Amber Lothridge. My email is with a C. It's C Lothridge. My first name is Crystal. So if you need to email me, it's going to be C Lothridge. I am so excited for this year and for the opportunities that we have for our students. It is going to be an amazing year. So with that, I'm going to hop right into a couple of things that are just going to be really great pointers for you. But before I do that, it's not just me. It is my entire team, and we have the most amazing team here in elementary school. We have an instructional support service assistant principal. That's Miss Tina Nunn. So if you have students in receiving AIM services, or if you have any questions or concerns about your child's academic level, then that would be who you would reach out to. And then we have we have two academic assistant principals, and that is Tanya Smith and Andrea Bunner. Tanya is your contact for math and science, and then Andrea is ELA and social studies. And then we have two assistant principals that work kindergarten through 5th grade, and that's Miss Susan Rudd and Tamisha Shelton. They are over your operations, systems and operations like Canvas and Jigsaw. They are the behind the scenes, or Susan is the behind the scenes lady who makes sure your kids can log into class and see their wonderful teachers. And then Tamisha Shelton is going to be doing some really cool incentives this year for attendance. And then if there's any discipline issues, that's who that you'll be communicating with. And of course, you know, we hope that that is never an issue. But if you see things in class or if you have concerns, then of course she's your teacher's your main contact, and then Tamisha will get the word. Miss Shelton. So just looking at elementary for this school year, we have something called morning meetings or homeroom. That's every day, Monday through Friday, and it's at 8 o'clock until 8:20. Now, we have some exciting news. This year, we have a group of counselors, which I'll show you their pictures here in just a little bit. We have a counselor for each grade band, and they're going to be doing counseling sessions on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with your students. Which means that they'll be with their homeroom teacher on Monday and Friday. And that's our time. We love homeroom time. It's a time for us to share things about the upcoming day or upcoming events that are happening. It's a time where we get to know each other and build relationships. We play lots of games during that time. Our principals and assistant principals and administrators hop in those classes and read and get to know your student, your children. It's our favorite time of the day. We love homeroom. But then also our counselors are working to on all the parts that are not academic, that are also important. The part that makes them human beings that can go out into the world and conquer it successfully. So homeroom time, we love it. Morning meeting time. And then after that, your student will have 4 content classes a day. And then there's also going to be electives. We have a PE first semester that is required, and art. That's required. It's once a week. And so you may have your 4 contents and then a PE on Monday. And if you have PE on Monday, it's every Monday. And if you have art on Wednesday, then it's every Wednesday. Your electives are just once a month. Let's see. Oh, my favorite part of GCA is that we all have common lunch from 11:55 to 12:55. Your teachers, your administrators, if you have a student in kindergarten or if you have a student in 12th grade, we all have common lunch. And this is our time where we do some reward programs that are of course, optional. But it's also a time where you as a family can go out and have a picnic and enjoy each other and work together to create some nutritious meals and then just enjoy your family time of being together as a family. And then all of our classes have a writing focus in ELA, science, and social. And then we'll also be writing in math. It's going to look a little differently in math. And then let's see. Oh, another biggie that's kind of a little bit different than maybe what you've seen in brick and mortar. It's definitely going to be a lot different, actually. So our students are required to be on camera and on microphone or have their microphones turned on for assessments. And there's no reason other than we want your child to do the very best that they can. And this is our way to monitor and make sure that they're not receiving any support. Because when we can get an accurate picture of what level the student's on, then we can provide instruction that meets them exactly where they are. So we're all in this together and we all work together except for when we assess. So when we take a test, that's your sweet little darling all on their own, completing the assessment on camera and on mic. Okay, so I talked a little about our schedule. So over here, you'll see the times, and then on the right side, we have the periods. So this first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, those are when you'll have your content staggered throughout the day, as well as your electives. So it's going to look different for every student, but the one thing that's the same for every single student is that homeroom time and that lunch time. But then your contents are staggered throughout here. And then counseling sessions, they will start on in September, right after Labor Day. And here are our fabulous counselors. We have a 3rd grade counselor, Tiana Lowe, and Alexis Mincy in 4th grade, and then Farrah McDonald in 5th grade. So this is your counselor for 3rd grade. She'll be with you 3 days a week. And we look so forward to those sessions and then working to build your student as a whole. And any ideas or things that come up, you're certainly welcome to reach out to your counselors, and they can support you and maybe even incorporate some of that into our lessons. Okay, so you may be sitting there saying, what have I gotten myself into? How do I do this? How do I effectively help my student and be the learning coach that I need to be? Okay, I know that enter attendance daily is listed first, and we're going to go into a little bit of that later about the Nucleus program. But reading your emails at least once a day, and you're going to get a lot. You will have a lot of emails, but it's our primary way to communicate with you. So if something's coming up, or if your child wasn't in class because they said, yeah, I'm in class, but then they were logged into the wrong session or something, then that's the way that we communicate with you. So check your email often. You'll be in the loop, you'll be in the know, and you will be able to do all of these other things much easier. Answer all communications, complete all paperwork requests and surveys, which all of that will come through your email. Keep your students' information up to date. Monitor your students' assignment and completion and grades daily. So the best way to do this is to look at your grade book in Canvas, and you can see when the assignments are due. You can see you can plan out your week, and then make sure that you kind of move things throughout the week so that you don't have to do everything on Friday. And that way you're working on things little by little as the week goes along. And then ensure your students attend class. So 3rd through 5th, you don't have to sit with them every second of the day, but I do recommend checking in on them regularly and making sure that they're getting into their jigsaw sessions and staying in their jigsaw session. So attendance is counted. You have to be there for the entire period to be counted present. And so it's important that when they get there, that they're there and they're engaging. And that's the best way to learn the content, is if they're engaged. So just check that. Sometimes our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders get a little tricky and a little, well, Mom, I was there, but the teacher wasn't there. That will never, ever happen. There will not be a time where you log in and the teacher's not there. Check your email. There's a chance that the teacher could have called in sick, but an email will always be sent if class is canceled. So that's really, really important, that check your email thing. Monitor your students when they're taking assessments, not helping them, just making sure that they're focusing on the test and working hard to concentrate and do their best. Read the assessment questions or answers to your student is helping, and it should not be done. So, and 3rd through 5th, all of our assessments are independently read by the student, unless your student has an IEP. And if your student has an IEP, you don't even have to read it then, because the computer will read it to them. So, don't read anything to them. I know it's hard to sit by them, and I have a 2nd and a 4th grader this year, and they'll be like, Mom, what? And I'm like, can't help you. This is your test. This is your time to shine. It's your time to show your teachers what you know. So I know it's hard, but just do it. It'll benefit them in the end. Or just don't do it. Don't help them. Communicate with your students and your counselors and your FELs whenever you feel that your student is struggling and needs additional support. We're here for you. You're going to see that you have more support probably than you could ever want, but everybody here is very willing to help. It's very much like a family feel. We are a school, and we're here to help you, and we want what's best for you and your children. So reach out. If you don't let us know, there's no way that we can help you unless, we see that they're not logging in or they're not completing assessments. Ahead of time, we can come up with a plan to support you and help you. Let's see. Students who are required to attend live class sessions will be counted absent if not in attendance, regardless if the parent entered. So in Nucleus, and I think Ms. Veronica will go over this, but in Nucleus, if your student misses the class, it will still count as an absence, even if they've done something else to make up for the time and you log that in Nucleus. And she'll go into how many equal an absence and all of that. So just make sure that your students are logging into each session or each class. So student expectations, it's so important that you set aside an area, whether it be in the kitchen or where, just somewhere where there's not going to be a lot of background. And think of it just like a classroom. Where would you want your kid to attend class? Pick an area that's low traffic, where they have an area where they can get to their pens and get to their paper. And that's still an important part of this, is that muscle memory, so that they're still writing and they're still participating, and they can do so in an area that's just for them to work. And then take care of your computer so that you're able to log in daily, engage and participate. That's probably the most important thing that your child can do, is participate. And it makes their teachers very happy. They love it when they participate. And participation doesn't look the same for each student, and we know that. I have two very different children. I have one that he wants to be on the camera and he wants everybody to look and listen to him, and his teacher's like, later. And then I have the other one, he didn't turn his camera on all year long except for assessments. So he's a little more shy and a little more reserved, but he was still participating. He was still doing the activities in class with them and still participating in the chat. So participation looks different from child to child. Just encourage them to participate. They're going to learn so much more that way. Attend class and participate in assessments, and even our Georgia milestones at the end of the year for our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. And if they're struggling, ask them at the end of the day. I know my boys keep a notepad, and they write some of the things that they're doing in class. And at the end of the day, it's important to stop and ask them, what have you learned today? Oh, can you show me more about that? Instead of, what did you learn today? And we get the nothing. Oh, really? You learned nothing? Well, let's look at your notebook. What notes did you take? Or what assignments did you do in class? What activities were you completing? If you ask them and ask, well, do you need help with any of this? We have tutoring available if they say that they do need help. So we are very welcoming. We are very glad you're here, and we hope that we can support you in any way. But please reach out and let us know that you need that support and you need that help. And we're so glad that you're here. Oh, I thought I was finished. I'm not finished. I think I have 2 more slides. So asynchronous days, there's 2 words that you'll hear: synchronous and asynchronous. So synchronous means we're all in sync. We're all together. We're all in live class. Asynchronous means that it's a recording, and you can do it at any time throughout the day. So, well, let me go back on that. If it is a whole day of asynchronous, which we should not have very many of those, if any at all. But if your teacher is absent, they're sick, and they can't make it to class, they will have a recording. And that's going to be an asynchronous class, which means you will watch the recording, and then you'll do whatever assignment is in the recording that they've asked you to do. But you have to do both. You have to watch the recording, and then you have to do the assignment that they assigned for the day. And then if you have any questions, reach out and email them, and then they'll get back to you. So we're going to talk about how to get into asynchronous classes. So if you will first go through Clever, so that if there's any programs you need to get into, you're already logged in, you'll log in through Google, and then you'll click on the Canvas, the little icon for Canvas. You'll go to your Courses tab, and then choose a Content and click the Jigsaw tab. So we have videos showing you how to do all of this. And then you can access the recorded lesson. There's a tab up at the top. It'll say like live, and I think there's one in the middle, and then there's recorded. You'll click that recorded tab. That's how you get to your recorded sessions. So on those days, attendance will be taken through Jigsaw, and the recordings will have the specific date on there. So you'll find the recording by the date. And then all the regular days, oh man, my slide is gone. Your synchronous days are the same way. You still go through Clever, and then Canvas, and then into Jigsaw. And I think we have a couple of tricks for Jigsaw coming up too to share with you. Please know it gets easier day by day. Just take it step by step, and you'll learn everything you need to know, and everything will be okay. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you, Ms. Loffridge. Okay, so to piggyback on Ms. Loffridge's comments about attendance. All right, so attendance, the attendance department asked me to shout out this announcement. Please set up your Nucleus account today. You should have received from your attendance specialist a welcome letter giving you instructions on how to set up Nucleus. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. At 12 o'clock, we will have Learning Coach Live Help. Learning Coach Live Help is where you can meet an attendance specialist, and they will walk you through on setting up your Nucleus account. So Nucleus is where we do or where you will be tracking your students' attendance, and where Jigsaw dumps in the information about your students attending classes live. So you will input your students' attendance in Nucleus, the additional work they've done. So any assignments that they're doing outside of class, any quizzes that they do outside of class, anything educational that they do outside of class, you will put that in Nucleus, the program. Your students' attendance is in the live Jigsaw class is automatic, and it automatically update in Nucleus. So if you see that, or you know that your student was in class and you see a discrepancy, go to your attendance specialist. They'll be the one to support you with that. So if you have any questions or concerns, your attendance specialist will be the one that you will get in contact with. You can contact your attendance specialist directly in your Nucleus account via email or phone. So they'll have all of their contact information, and I do believe it's instant. It is important to note that adding additional work time in Nucleus will not take place of any missing required Jigsaw classes, so any live classes, just like Ms. Loffridge said earlier. The amount of classes that you would miss to equal a full absent day, we can. I'm going to dump you into our next slide, which is our help sessions. So our attendance department will be having Nucleus live help sessions. Let me go ahead and get that link for you guys. So you can go to our events calendar or our parent calendar and get those links to get to those sessions. So they have sessions every day until September 30th from 10 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock, and an afternoon or early evening session at 4 to 5. So this is where you can go to get all details about attendance, how to enter your attendance, understanding what attendance means here at GCA, and setting up your Nucleus account. So obviously the 10 o'clock one is over, but they will be at Learning Coach Live Help, and I'm going to give you guys information about Learning Coach Live Help and what that session is about. But they will be at Learning Coach Live Help, and they will have a room, and you can go in there and ask all your questions pertaining to attendance. So Ms. Loffridge, you want to take this slide?
Of course. So what am I doing the first week of school? I have completed my test. So we complete MAP test before you get a schedule. So that means you're completing MAP testing with an FEL, your family engagement liaison. So if we ever say an acronym and you're like, what is that? Just ask. We have lots of acronyms around here. But you will be testing with them. And then when you have completed your testing, if you finish on a Thursday, then the following Monday, you will have your schedule. So when you get your schedule, you're going to follow it from your Canvas calendar. Students are required to engage and participate. Okay, we talked about that. So your Canvas calendar, and we will show you exactly how to find your Canvas calendar, but it will have all of your classes listed. Your Infinite Campus will also have your schedule and all of your classes. So you can check your students' inbox messages and personal email. Just check your spam or your junk folders just in case. And I've been having to check my spam because some parent emails have been going there. And get familiar with the Canvas parent portal and other programs to make sure that you're entering your student attendance. So all of that is in that Strong Start course, which all of the parents here complete that. I did mine on Sunday before the kids started on Monday. So you'll learn a lot through those courses. And then here is the same schedule that you saw earlier, but you can find your child's schedule in Canvas and also in Infinite Campus. Okay, so what am I doing if I have not completed my MAP test? So the student is going to be taking the assessment every day. It's called MAP. And it's every day at 3:30 from Monday to Thursday. Friday's the makeup day if you were not finished. Now, if you have a makeup on Friday, and we hope to have, if you finish, we hope to have your schedule by Monday. It's going to be best, though, because our systems have to update, and it takes about 24 hours for that to happen. We would hope that you would have it done before Friday. So try to get it done before like Monday through Thursday. And then what are you doing as the parent? You're checking your students' Canvas inbox messages. How many times are you going to hear me say that? Checking your email is very important here. And your personal email. Make sure your students are completing all of your MAP testing. Your FELs are going to be sending communication by email to set up your sessions, and they'll be sending you how to get into the session and what the session's name is, all of that fabulous stuff. Everything is just laid out nicely for you. And if you have any questions, you can email the person, the FEL who has emailed the schedule to you, and they will support you. So learning coaches will be responsible for logging the time that their student is allotted for MAP and all their other classes. And students must complete all their required tests. Students don't get a schedule until they've completed. So I know you've heard me talk about MAP tests and how important it is and that we need to do it, but they will not receive their schedule until they have completed MAP. So once we get MAP and we get those scores, then we can place them right where they need to be. But we can't do that until we get the MAP score. So work hard and get those MAP assessments completed as quickly as possible.
Thank you, Ms. Lockridge. And I wanted Mrs. Lockridge to present those two slides because it is important that our families that haven't completed MAP to complete MAP so that your student is not behind. Just think of it, if you haven't completed MAP by Friday, your student's going to have to wait another week until they get a schedule. So we want to make sure that you are completing those maps and your students ready and engaged and getting into class. So for my special education families or students with IEPs, if your student is receiving special education service and has an IEP, the special education department will meet with the parent and legal guardian learning coach for an IEP intake meeting. Okay, if you already have those documentations and you sent it in during enrollment, we will be holding an intake meeting for your student, and obviously the parent legal guard and learning coach will receive an invite to the IEP intake meeting via email. Once you get that meeting, please make sure you're in attendance because your special education department or your special education team is going to review your IEP, the accommodations with you, and make sure that we have your student in the right courses. Then after the IEP meeting, your student schedule may change, but we just want to make sure that we all are meeting together and we're all on the same page in regards to providing those related supports for your student. We are here for you. Mrs. Lockridge said that plenty of times. So we're just going to drill it in one more time, okay? We are here for you. You have so much support here at GCA. The first point of contact, when in doubt, contact your family engagement liaison. If you don't know who to contact your family engagement liaison. Either they will give you the answer or they will route you to where you should go get the answer. So they are for the general questions about GCA. They help out with Infinite Campus, Canvas, Clever, any type of navigation support that you may need when it comes to your online school platforms. Your academic platforms are more for your teachers. Your teachers can help navigate that with you. I do have a treat. We are working with our tech team to see if they can get us some little tutorials for our academic platform. So what I mean by academic platforms is when your teachers are saying go into Moby Max or Brain Pop to do some assignments, those are the academic platforms where you're doing assignments um, in those platforms, and we'll have some navigation support there too. But your teacher can support you with those navigation support. Also, your FEL will be the one you go to for any type of personal information update. Phone numbers change, address change, emails change. Please contact your FEL as soon as everything changes, because we are going to be reaching out to you for feedback, checking in. We want to make sure that we are contacting the right number and have the right addresses in our system. Your homeroom teacher will provide grade level information, understanding resources, conferences, and your ILP, which is your instructional learning plan. Your content teacher is your for the courses, like your ELA teacher, your math teacher. They are questions about the course content. They also will be the person that you can go to if you have some discrepancies with your live class schedule. Also, the content, they will provide content resources, educational levels, and they are the keeper of your grade. So these are the different, and we have a slew of just a slew of different departments. But when it comes to the first week of school and you're just trying to make it, your family engagement liaison, your homeroom teacher, and your content teacher are all there to support you. So best practices for reaching out. For here at GCA, the primary mode is emails, so that we are able to research it or reroute you to where you need to go. A lot of your teachers are going to be in class until 3:30, right? So calling may not be an immediate response, whereas email could be more immediate than a phone call. But if you do call, leave a message if you're not able to reach someone live. And again, your teachers are in class until 3:30, but they will return your call or your email as soon as they can. Getting connected. So here at GCA, we love for our students and our families to build and grow our community. One way that we get our students connected is through student clubs. So later on in this school year, in the next few months, I will be sending out details on all the fun clubs here at GCA that we have for our elementary school students. It's an opportunity for them to fellowship with their peers. They also can fellowship with their, and you all as a family can fellowship with other family members here at GCA by going to our outings, our in-person and virtual outings. We have a cool community partners team that provides so many awesome opportunities for social and enrichment items and activities. So you can definitely view all of the wonderful events on, again, I'm going to put this in the chat box, our calendars. It's going to be so many calendars that you have there. We have the counseling calendar. We have the parent calendars where we do post our parent meetings. We have our events calendar. We have our school level calendars. So our schools will have different events that are targeted for elementary school families that you would probably want to go and check out. All of that stuff is loaded. It is forever updating. So please bookmark that link so that you can go there and see all the wonderful things that you can get you and your student engaged in. So for our parents and our learning coaches, we try to connect you through our many channels of our newsletters, our meetings and workshops and trainings, parent leadership opportunities, the Parent Advisory Council, which is a council that is application based, and we try to get our high flying families that want to provide any type of feedback and input to our district administrators, and we put them in the council. We do have an application. I'm going to be sending out that information later on this month. So if you're interested or if you qualify for it, we definitely would like you to join our council. And we also have a parent teacher student organization, which is something similar as a PTSO, parent teacher student organization, or PTO for our brick and mortar families. Our PTSO here at GCA does a lot of fundraising, provides a lot of opportunities for you to join the volunteering programs that we have here at GCA. And they have a closed Facebook group where it's just GCA families, and it's separated into regions as well, where you can go and fellowship and talk to other families and meet up with other families on our GCA Facebook group. So our PTSO Facebook group. I'm going to put that in the chat box, ptso.org. Definitely go on there and let's see, it's clickable, it's not clickable. So you can copy and paste, but let me go ahead and get that direct link for you guys. I would go onto the website and just look at all the different opportunities that we have at GCA. Okay, I think I gave you guys the wrong website. Give me one quick second. No, I didn't. So pull that kind of here on my end. All right, that is the link. So go ahead and when you have free time, check out the GCA PTSO website. They have some spirit gear, some items where you can purchase T-shirts, mouse pads, book bags. So you can join our GCA spirit gear family. So I'm going to give you guys some quick tips on Canvas. You've already probably heard a lot of this information through your Strong Start course, but just some tips just to get you through the first week of school for those who have already completed their math and getting ready to join their fellow students and teachers in class. So every day, just make it a habit to log into Clever. So have Clever find bookmark so you can just click on it and get into Clever. And you'll get into Clever by using your Google account. So once you've chosen Georgia Cyber as your school, it will populate to log in with Google. So you will log in with Google, and then once you log in with Google, once you have a schedule, you'll see probably up at the top, there are going to be some card icons where your teachers have pages that they've already created for you. So if you have free time, go and look at your teachers' pages. It's always so fun to see the little cute get to know me paragraphs that they have and pictures, fun pictures that they have there. But underneath that, they will have district resources. And the first resource is Canvas. So you'll click on that. That's how you get into Canvas every day. Go to go to Clever, then Canvas. And once you get to Canvas, it's going to just populate. You don't have to put any username or password already saved through Clever. That's why we want you to go through Clever, because you don't have to worry about a username and password. But once you get into your Canvas account, you're going to the automatic page. It's going to be your dashboard. And so your dashboard is going to automatically have the card view. Keep it on that view. Keep it on the card view because it's just easier to see all of your classes listed on one page. You can access your content course through the card view as well by just clicking on the course card, and that's the way that
think your mic went off.
Thank you. I was talking and didn't recognize my mic went off. Sorry about that, guys. So this is your card view. And yeah, just click on it, and then you will go right into your course where you will see your modules and how to get to class. So I'm going to go on to the next screen. All right, when you're on your dashboard, as things are loading, as your teachers are giving you assignments, you'll see on the far right the to-do list. That's just a screenshot for your students. If your student had forgot something that they needed to do, it will be right there, so they can go ahead and click on it. Again, it will take them to their module, which will then take them to their assignment. So it's always going to take them to where they need to go. Every link will take them where they need to go. Then you will see grades here as well. Your teachers are updating grades weekly. So this is the most recent place that you can see your grades. For Infinite Campus, you will see final report card, your final report card, or your progress report for Infinite Campus. So we encourage our families, our parents, to look in the Canvas for real-time grades. Infinite Campus will be definitely for progress reports or final report cards. And this is all on your dashboard view. And we mentioned earlier that students on Monday that have schedules that finish taking maps, that they will be following their Canvas calendar. This is their Canvas calendar, so you'll just click on calendar. And the default view is the month view. We encourage families to change it to agenda view because it just is organized better, at least for my viewing. I've overwhelmingly got so much feedback, positive feedback as far as the agenda view, them really being able to follow along there, because the month view kind of looks like this on this side, on this screen, with your different classes and your different assignments. It can pile up, it can get overwhelming. So if you want to change it, you can change it to agenda view. You got everything there. You know what time you need to be in the class, what assignments are due today, what are daily assignments that you need to work on, and lessons that you need to read up on. Also, remember, you click all of your calendars. So if you have multiple students, it can be very overwhelming to have all of your students' calendars clicked. So I would, if I were a learning coach, I would just click on the calendar. If I'm focusing on Johnny, I would just click on all of Johnny's classes so I can see Johnny's classes at one glance, and then choose the other students. So I'm going to share with you a few tips on, if you have multiple kids, how you can kind of organize that so you don't feel overwhelmed. But for our families that just have one student, definitely you want to make sure all of this is clicked so you can see it all in a glance. If one is not clicked, so if a course is not clicked, it will not show up here. So you got to make sure all of them are clicked. It's the same thing for your students. Make sure they have all of those calendars clicked. There has been students in the past that said that they didn't know they had a math class, and it's because they didn't click it here. A lot of our families and our students go to their calendar first just to see what they're doing for the day, and then they go to their courses to actually do the work and do their assignments and their quizzes and view their lessons. All right, so to get into class every day, remember, you have to go to Clever, then Canvas. Once you get into Canvas, you click on the course card, or you can click on your calendar, the link of that class. In that link, so I'm going to go back to the calendar. If you happen to click on this link, right, let's say this is a class, you happen to click on the link, the teacher is going to instruct you to go to Jigsaw. It's going to say, click on the course and go to Jigsaw. So we're going to go back. We clicked on the course. The home page is going to show up. And then we are going to go to Jigsaw. We're going to go to Jigsaw, and it's going to list all of your sessions. You're going to follow the naming convention of what class you're supposed to go to. So again, if you forget, you don't remember what class you're going to go to, just simply go back to your calendar and then get to the class, the teacher is going to put the same naming convention that is on your calendar in your Jigsaw. So we're back at our course now. We remember what class we're going to. We go to Jigsaw, and then we find it, and we click on Join Session. All right. So make sure you go to Jigsaw, then click on Join Session. So for our courses, like our assignments, our quizzes, our lessons, you need to go to your course tab, and then it will dump you into your course homepage. But on the left, you'll see up top, it will say modules. So you're going to click on your modules, and this is where all of your assignments, your teachers are going to post assignments, lessons, quizzes in a week's glance. You're going to know what your student is going to do for the week. So if you are an eager family and you just want to write it down on a whiteboard, knowing exactly what they're going to do each day for each content class, you can definitely do that, but it's going to be here so that you have all of the information that your students need to do, both you and your students need to do for the week. On the parents' side of it, some lessons you cannot access because you're not loaded into their classroom, right? So if you're trying to access a lesson and your student has access to it, but you don't, it's because you're not loaded into the classroom. So you can go onto your student's account to access those lessons if you need to, if you want to just go back and reference. I did forget to mention all of your classes that your students are going to will be recorded. So even if they go live, you have an opportunity to catch the recording if you need, if your student needs additional support or you need additional support supporting your student. They're all live and recorded. And I'm going to share with you guys on how you can get the recording. It's kind of tiny. I'm going to move more. But in your Jigsaw session, you'll see recorded right here. You just click on recorded, and all the sessions that your teachers record will populate. So you just choose the recorded session that you want to go to. This is also where you're going to go when we mentioned asynchronous days. You get into Jigsaw and you go to your recorded lesson tab, your recorded tab, and the recording will be there. Your teacher, again, is going to have a naming convention where you are going to know which one is the asynchronous day recording so you don't get lost. So my families with multiple kids, or my families with one, if you want to personalize, this is a personalization tip. If you have multiple students and they all are, it's just overwhelming with different names, you can take time to 10 to 15 minutes to click on this 3 dots here on your card. So this is your access this on your dashboard. Go back to your dashboard, click on the 3 dots in the card, and you can personalize it. So you can put your student's name in the class. So that way that every communication that comes from your teacher, also on your calendar, you'll just see what the nickname that you personalize. And if you want to go ahead and choose different colors, that's a way that can help you, visually get organized. This is just a quick tip so you are able to organize your dashboard properly and your calendars properly. And again, for my families that just have one student, if you want to just go ahead and personalize it so it's not like, for instance, here it says advanced mathematical. We know it's math, so we'll just put Brandy's math class, right? Sometimes you just want to make it simple. We have Learning Coach Live Help coming up at 12 o'clock. So I'm going to try to, I think we only have a few more slides so we can ask some questions in this room, but we do have Learning Coach Live Help. So if we don't get a chance to answer every one of your questions, or you didn't get a chance to ask a question, please come to Learning Coach Live Help. It's today at 12 p.m. And I'm going to put that link in the chat box for our calendar. Go to our calendar and click on parent meetings or parent events, and then you will see all of the Learning Coach Live Help along with the Nucleus Live Help sessions on there. Again, our attendance department will be in Learning Coach Live Help at noon if you have some attendance questions that you would like to get answered. And so here we have our upcoming meetings. Obviously, your Meet the Teacher session has passed, but your teachers will be sending out some welcome to GCA or welcome to the homeroom. So you will get an opportunity to meet your teacher and before you get to class, or you may just meet them in class. Definitely say hello to your teachers. They're eager for you guys to start on Monday or whenever you finish that map. So District Town Hall is August 10th. District Town Hall is an opportunity where you get to hear from district leaders and administrators about updates from each department. So I encourage families to come. I hope to see you guys August 10th. That's next week. We have our advanced and gifted parent meeting. So if you are interested or want to find out more information about our advanced and gifted program, please come to the August 12th meeting at 6 p.m. A lot of our meetings are going to be held at 6 p.m. And then we got our copyright, piracy, and literacy training meeting. That is August 24th. And we got our elementary curriculum night. Elementary curriculum night, I encourage all families to come. You know why? Because this is the reason you're going to get the reason why we're teaching your students what we're teaching. We're also going to give you the reason why your students are going to be taking assessments and the frequency of them. So please come to the elementary curriculum night. We will send out all advertisements well in advance so that you can plan to be there. And I just want to say on behalf of our elementary grade staff, we are looking forward to a great year with you and your student. Again, we are all here for you. You have so much support, so utilize it. If you feel at any time overwhelmed or you just need some extra hand holding, we are here because we want to make sure our 3 through 5 rise up through this school year. We want to see everybody's academic potential. Thank you guys. We got about 3 minutes before we let our district leaders leave. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and see if anyone has any questions.